Welcome to the most prominent podcast dedicated to New Japan Pro Wrestling content, Chris's Chaos, right here on ChannelCortez33. I am your host, Chris Cortez, and on this July 21st, I am giving you the IWC's best review of the G1 Climax 34 Night 2. Those of you that are new to this show and the channel, allow me to acknowledge you. I discuss each event's matches hold for hold, move for move, taunt for taunt, and all the promos in between for the most part. I also provide my respectful criticisms on the work of the wrestlers or workers, including the commentating team, other broadcast members, such as cameramen, directors, producers. Likewise, on top of my own arguments on professional wrestling, I'll sometimes throw in a sprinkle of personal observations of the world, life itself, as best as I can, as objectively as possible, in my own chaotic tone. All this I provide as only I can, and like the great Big Sexy Kevin Nash once said, nobody does it quite like us. For those of you unfamiliar to the G1 Climax, it is an annual event of New Japan Pro Wrestling promotion. It's a tournament to determine the number one contender of Wrestle Kingdom, the biggest event of their year, held at the very beginning of the year. That very much sets the tone for the entire calendar. Quite simply, it is their WrestleMania. G1 follows the round robin rules, meaning every competitor in either A group or B group competes against each other. The top three wrestlers from each group compete in a more traditional bracket tournament. The top wrestler in each group earns a bye during the quarterfinals and competes against the winner of the number 2 and number 3 wrestlers. So, list of wrestlers in this year's G1 it's stacked. Okay, just taking a look. I want to go ahead and eventually show you on my images, of course, when I edit this bad boy. But PowerPoint. Let's look at my PowerPoint. I know I had it shown. Yes. For this year, I got. Maybe I can go ahead and share it with you. Yeah. Let's see if I can pull that off. At least that off, right? I'm going to go ahead and show you guys this. This is the A block, all right? We got the A block. As you can see, you got Shota Umino, Tetsuya Naito, the IWGP champion. Shingo Takagi, who just defeated Naito last night. Sonata, former IWGP champion, lost to Naito at last year's Wrestle Kingdom. You got Great-O-Khan. Oh, yes. The great one. Great-O-Khan. This guy's awesome. I mean, look at that. If you can see this, look at that look, right? I mean, let me go ahead and actually open it up. Yeah, there you go. Take a look at that guy. Is that not like an image of the one of the coolest looking wrestlers you'll ever see from like Nintendo's classic pro wrestling, right? Those teeth. Look at that guy. He's a beast. And he pulls it off. Pulls it off nicely. Okay? It's not corny. It's awesome. Zack Sabre Jr., most technical wrestler in the world today. Arguably, I'd say so myself. I think he's the most technical wrestler currently on, in any roster. And he's always fun to watch. Zack Sabre Jr. Got Gabe Kidd. Okay. This guy's a beast. I got a name for him I'll be referring to. And of course, Jake Lee. This guy right here, okay, is a badass. All right. Straight up. My God, I have so much to talk about him. Evil, your boy. You can't hate on him. I mean, most people do, but he's awesome. One of the best heels. And of course, you got the B block. You got El Phantasmo, Roki Goto, Yota Tsuji, Yuta Uemura, Jeff Cobb, Nare, David Finlay, leader of the Bullet Club, Ren Narita, Konosuke Takeshita from AEW. He did not wrestle tonight. He will wrestle on Wednesday. Looking forward to seeing him. And that is your rosters. Those are your groups for the G1 Climax. Okay? And as far as this G1 Climax, it's delivered. It's delivered. Okay? Right off the top, just generally speaking, this card, for me, has been about the old guard. For this night was all about the current kind of like guard let's not say the old guard, the current guard facing the up-and-comers. Every single match I can think of had a person that's kind of either young, up-and-coming, or new to New Japan facing guys stables, if you watched the show, if you watched the promotion. So we'll talk about that. And every match just seemed to have play its own part in the card. It was perfect. Great storytelling, as only New Japan can do. We have 18 more nights, at least. Well, no, 17 now, more nights to go of wrestling. So we're going to jump into night 2. Technically not a night, okay? Held much earlier today at noon Japan Standard Time. It's not even the 21st anymore. It's 22nd over there. And that's 0700 here in Wiesbaden. 700 in Germany. So I was not able to wake up and watch this for many reasons. One, that being that I didn't know it was going to be on at 7. I should have checked a little more carefully. I assumed it would be 10:30, like around the same time as last night, and I failed to observe that difference. And just after 1 a.m. in DC, okay? That's still July 20th, 10 p.m. in the City of Angels, okay? Who I'm sure more and more New Japan is catering to. They're putting their shows just shy of the prime view hours between 8 and 10. So they've been expanding their show out to the U.S. West Coast. And they also have been showing events, hosting events on the East Coast. Okay, you got Capital Collision going to be held on August 30th at the Entertainment and Sports Arena. I was there last year. A lot of fun. Great arena setting, cool place. Okay, located. Where is it? I guess you could say it's the southwest quadrant of DC. Either that or it's southeast. But either way, it's a nice little neighborhood, and then bam, you got this cool arena, and it's a sweet spot. It's intimate yet large enough to have a big fight feel. I love it. And for more information, you can go to SmackDownHotel.com. This is not a plug. I'm just letting you know that you could go to them to get more information. Perhaps I'll add the link on the description column, and you can check that out. I know that last year, New Japan extended their stay and presented a show in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I am not sure if they're going to do that this year, but those of you in that tri-state area, close enough to Philly, may want to look into that further. In addition to the time differences, and it being Sunday, I slept in after a night of drinking at the bars with some friends who had been out of town the past couple weeks or so, so it was great to hang out with them. And I have to also thank a group of orthopedic surgeons that I met for buying me shots and beers for hours while letting me play a game that involves dices and some backgammon cup. I didn't even ask to drink. I mean, I just pointed out the shot. It looked like they put some hot sauce on it. And I was like, well, what else is that? He's like, one of the dudes just like, here, take a shot. I was like, you, for real? And then he starts serving me like literally just flights of beers are being served to us on like a relay base. I don't even know what to say, but they kept giving me drinks. I'm like, dude, let me buy you a beer. Let me buy you guys a beer. And they're like, no. I'm like, what's your deal? I'm like, we're surgeons. So how can I, I'm not going to say no to that. Oh, man. It was great. It was a great time. But yeah. So this Sunday, just took it easy, but watched the show and took copious amounts of notes. And yes. But on to night 2. A block. Sanada versus Callum Newman. And I honestly, before I jump into this one, I don't even know what's my favorite match. I might come to think about that a little more at the end of this review. But Sanada versus Callum Newman. Sanada needed to win this match. During his entrance, I like Newman's fur coat, the collar jacket. Hopefully he hunted and killed the animal himself to earn that pelt. Bell rings, they circle the ring and lock up, getting right in to it. Clean break. Then they get into some chain wrestling. Some things just pick up. Okay, with Newman running the ropes, hits Sanada with that running boot. Newman sends Sanada outside and hits him with a drop kick on the apron onto the floor. Newman misses the moonsault, rolls on his feet to avoid disaster, but does not avoid a magic screw off the barricade by Sanada. Sanada lifts Newman over his shoulders and drops the man onto the barricade. Count starts, so Sanada brings Newman back quick. Elbow keeping things slow is Sanada. Russian leg sweep, very Bret Hartish. In his approach at the moment, headlock. Newman tries to fight back. Another elbow from Sonata. But the new, then like, let's see. He, what's his name? Newman. So I was to say Newman slides to dodge further attack and delivers the drop kick. Splash in the corner, punt kick, pin attempt by Newman. Sonata flips Newman and then delivers a second magic screw, this time in the ring. He kicks up and gets amped. Shining Wizard delivered. Moonsault missed, landed on his feet, caught though by the drop kick. Newman measures Sonata for the running drop kick in the corner. Double stomp missed. Wizard missed. Tornado kick by Newman connects. Skull end blocked for the stun dog. Oscutter missed. Another tornado kick connects. So Newman's determined to deliver this Oscutter and gets caught for his efforts right, literally into deadfall and the pin. Sonata wins approximately a quarter under 9 minutes. So it was a good little match, well told in the amount of time. Veteran's pace with a few speed bursts. Sonata, the veteran in this case, catches the young lion off his guard and makes him pay for it. We'll see a very similar kind of story being told in the next match. Sonata 1-1. Likewise, Newman is 1-1. So yeah, second match. B block. Henare versus Bolton Oleg. Man, I was looking forward to this one. And I loved it. I loved it. This was one of my favorites. Just over 8 minutes. Did everything it needed to do in those 8 minutes. But obviously could have gone longer and could be more epic. I'd love to see these two go again. These two are perfectly matched. Man, and there was a shot of Henare. Okay, camera shot of Henare, but like looking over his shoulder as was Oleg, just beast, brute, just setting up for what this is essentially just two hard-hitting brutes going at it. Bell rings, they circle the ring a little, lock up with ferocity, release and go again. Elbows exchange for about a full minute. Henare shoulder tackles. Then both proceed to collide until Oleg sends Henare out of the ring. Kicking his strike and whip to the corner, splash, shoulder tackle, and pin attempt, Oleg. Oleg stays on the attack, misses another splash in the corner, kicks by Henare, one right to the jaw, puts Oleg on his back. Henare puts Oleg in the corner, taunting him, strikes with a headbutt, kick to the back after flipping him, then a senton. Pin attempt by Henare. Whip to the corner, Oleg catches him and press slams Henare, both slow to get back up. Oleg, elbows, kicks, body slams, Bolton bomb, another pin attempt. Gut wrench, swinging Henare only 3 times before slamming Henare. He lifts Henare over the shoulders, but Henare slips free and strikes. He hits the kick from the turnbuckle, so a little high flying from the heavyweights here, just a little bit. And running knee from Henare connects, goes for rampage, spear, gets caught. He hits that kamikaze, does Oleg. But there's a kick out for a very near fall. Oleg goes for it again. Shouldn't have done it. He gets a little too ahead of himself, just like what's his name? Just like Newman. Okay, and what happens? He gets caught. And yeah, Oleg essentially is counter to a full Nelson attempt. Oleg fights to break free, strikes, chops, kicks from Henare, and a hammerhead shot. Brutal. Love it when he does that. Streets of Rage, just over 8 minutes. He makes it look good. He makes the headbutts look really good. Just over 8 minutes. So just like the first match did what it needed to do, more seasoned veteran wins. The more seasoned of the two wins. Catches the young wrestler when it matters the most to get the win. Henare 2-0, Oleg 1-1. Let me go ahead and get a sip of the Ya. Let me get that sip of that Ya for 1 second, but while I'm at it, let me let you know, like or subscribe button. Please click the like or subscribe button. Be a comment, if you will, on what you think the best match was. How do you think this night fared? Who do you think is going to win this bad boy? Excuse me. And let me know what you think. So because there's a lot to be talking about with this one. Third match, A block, Great O'Khan versus Gabe Kidd. Kid smacks a young lion on his way to the ring. This guy's always so pissed off. Okay. I want to make sure this thing is completely good. The sound check sounds good. Okay, it's looking good so far. Yeah, I just want to make sure. Right. I don't like it when it doesn't show me the the fluttering of the volume. I like to see that. But anyways, man, third match, A Block, Great Khan versus Gabe Kidd. This one, Kidd smacks a young lion on the way to the ring. He needs to be called Pissed Off Guy Gabe Kidd. All right, that's his character. Coming off the loss, cannot blame him. Khan also coming off the loss. He's calmer in his demeanor at the moment. Gabe mocking Khan already thinking this is going to this is a big mistake. I'm thinking. Okay, they circle and try to feel each other out. Kidd laying down, just being coy, being cute. Khan hits a Uranagi. Chris Charlton said it best. He got cute, then he got dropped. Khan bowed it back, kicks Kidd out of the ring. Barricades. Goes Kidd. Khan taking a breather for a moment, then tells Kidd to bring it. He's trying to lure Gabe Kidd to be farther away from the ring. He knows that, last match, Evil, that's how Evil got Kidd. Maybe he's thinking the same tactic will work again. So, one point, though, but Kidd comes in, comes back with shots telling him to get, back in the effing ring, bites Khan. I'll try to, avoid using the F word if I can. Calls him to be a dickhead. Pissed off guy, Gabe Kidd. Back in the ring, break the count. Kicks the barricade right in front of Takahashi. Calls him a bitch. Pissed off and cursing Gabe Kidd. That's his name. So that's the last one I'm going to stick with. Pissed off and cursing Gabe Kidd. Khan catches Kidd and catches him off his guard. Sends him back to the outside. Delivers the plancha. Not common of Great Khan. I like it. He then sends Kidd into the chairs, part of the plastic arena structure, if you will. Kidd clutching his head after that. Khan uses the chairs, for more pressure on the Kidd's arms. Back in the ring, they go. Kidd fights off Khan, kicking his arm to get some space. Take it down, attempt by Khan. But Kidd counters with a suplex that sends both of them out of the ring onto the floor. Calls to Brett versus Mr. Perfect. Love that match. I went ahead and posted that on Facebook for the old school friends to check out. That is just a classic match. Sorry, I digress. Yes, great sight to see. They strike each other out after getting back up, moving away from the ring onto the entrance ramp. I'm thinking they're going to get count out. They almost do. At 19, both of them just sprint back in the ring. Both exchange German suplexes. A GFO by Khan. There's a variation German suplex. Big lariat by Kidd. Near fall. Kidd strikes again, but Khan hits a beautiful Olympic slam. Both are down. Slowly getting back up. Kidd says, "Get back up, motherfucker." Chops, fuck you, by a veteran this time once again. But Kidd gets his last say in the matter. Shuts that shit down, so to speak. I thought the veteran was going to win this one. He shuts that shit down. The pissed off, cursing an Englishman, Gabe Kidd. Okay. Big lariat for the 1-2-3 was how it ended. I liked it. I really did think that Khan could have won this one and looked like he was going to win. Looked like it made sense for him, but Kidd is a very strong opponent. He looked strong. They both look excellent in this match. Looks at the camera, man. The camera does Gabe Kidd addressing Takahashi, saying that he'll be the one to end the career of the legendary former light heavyweight champion. About 12 and a half minutes this one went. The match gets matches are, those of you that don't know, as you go down the card, the matches tend to get longer, as they often do during these events like this tournament. Of course, I we like to think that the competitors are given a higher place on the card, so they fight harder, prolonging the finish. That makes sense. Otherwise, they are occasional upsets, like the one from yesterday between Sonata and Jake Lee. Still feeling that one. Good match. Khan tries to do what the winners of the previous two matches did, outwit the opponent. Tried to lure Kidd outside the ring, much like Evil, like I said, but he didn't have that dick. That Dick Togo, that is. He could not defeat Kidd, and so Khan not quite as sly and successful. He is now 0-2 he was like that last year going into this thing. I believe he was he had to lost several matches before he finally got a win. Kid, 1-1. So there you go. We got the fourth match, B block. El Phantasmo versus Ren Narita. It's a great match. Okay. This one was definitely high on my list. And I'm feeling for ELP, man. He is 0-2 once again. Currently right now. Like Great O'Con. Narita, love his entrance though. I love his presentation now. It's just getting better and better. The look, the Black Disciple robe, signature push-up bar that he received from, I believe it was Suzuki, and either him, or was it him or Shibata? I need to go back and check that out. Who as because he was his mentor and put him on that push-up bar so many times. Anyways, this whole storyline building up for Narita. ELP, that's his weapon of choice, by the way, now, the push-up bar. ELP comes out with Yota walking down the aisle. We get a comment that his former partner, Hikuleo, has not been seen since Dominion in early June, that event. And man, even then I remember doing the review and thinking, Hikuleo, when is he going to WWE already? And maybe that's not the case. I mean, maybe he'll come back. Maybe there'll be an attack. Maybe there'll be maybe they'll make up. They had a little bit of a scuffle after losing their titles. A little bit of a discord, if you will. And I really want to see something happen with ELP. The man is too good in the ring. He's just textbook baby face. I would love to see him as a heel, just for the sake of to see what it would really look like. I just haven't seen much of it. I really started to focus on ELP last year, and I can't get enough. I mean, the guy is awesome. He would even have a great stint in WWE. I just think he's just natural superstar all over him. So it's great. And bell rings. Narita runs into ELP with a kick, more running with the ropes, and ELP hits the drop kick, chops Narita into the corner, lifts Narita's shirt for a chop. ELP to the turnbuckle, walks the rope into an arm drag, drop kicks Ren right out the ring, followed by the plancha. Just textbook. Love it. Suicide dive connects Ren outside to the barricades. He goes. ELP elbows Ren, then tries a moonsault, hard landing, tweaking his knee. Ren capitalizes, sending him to the barricade and wraps the knee around it. Goes for his push-up bar, but Jado grabs it from him, so he grabs a chair to deliver a shot. Still outside, Ren slams the knee onto the floor. Jado is trying to motivate ELP as Ren continues to back attack in the ring. The back attack. Narita hits a knee breaker, then wrenches the leg. ELP just fights back a little, so Ren wrenches the eyes. There you go. Okay, he's natural born heel, this guy. He then goes for a suplex, but ELP quickly reverses it. Both back up and exchange strikes. They go to the corner, a little bit of Irish whips leading to a crossbody by ELP. Tries for a springboard attack. No one there. So he hits Ren with this tornado DDT from the ring to the outside. Again, this is fantastic. Back in the ring, a short count. ELP hits the swanton to the moonsault. Oh, sorry, it went back. Oh, sorry. Looked up for some reason. Yes. Oh, yeah, yes. I'm sorry. I'm losing it. Swanton to the moonsault. Narita's hurting. It is, 12:23 now here in Germany. Man, so much going on today that I was, being pushed. It's just a 3-hour match, and it took me forever just to write down all these notes. Obviously, some good notes, but, it takes a toll. And Narita's hurt in the corner. ELP sets up for the super kick, but Narita back up with it back on the knee. Northern Light suplex, nice bridge, near fall. Then he goes for knee bar, the push-up bar until ELP gets his fingertips on the rope. Sorry, he goes for a knee bar. What am I saying? Wild, you don't see that often in terms of it's not often that I mistake a knee bar for a push-up bar. That's what I'm trying to say. Narita drags him back and applies a half Boston Crab. ELP again goes to the ropes. Narita grabs ELP by the hair, who then chops Ren. Back up. I'll go ahead and turn on this heat, this AC, because it is sweltering in here. And yes, it's hot. I just don't like the background noise. Narita grabs ELP by the hair, chops Ren back up. ELP punches, but very weak. He falls. He can't even get up. Back up with a couple more strikes. Things are not looking good for ELP, but Narita just kicks him down, underestimating him, though. He just lets ELP strike, and he keeps taking out the leg, mocks him. ELP is just selling the hell out of this. And fires back on the attack, then gets the push-up bar to strike Ren. However, Jato's on the outside saying, no, don't do that. So his moral compass rises. Gives the push-up bar to Jato. Ren with a roll-up, near fall. Roll-up by ELP. Then a running guillotine leg drop by Ren. That was sweet. I like that move. Goes to the top, and ELP catches him and also goes up top. Big Frankensteiner by ELP. I'm thinking, okay, this is the finish, and it's gonna end with ELP winning. Hits the Thunder Kiss 86. I think that's it, but no, very close near fall. Ren clutching the ref. ELP separates the two, so Ren catches ELP with the chop block, strikes followed by a double cross face plant for the finish. In about just 14 minutes and 20 seconds, Ren Narita is now 1-1. ELP is 0-2. Incredible match. Had me just totally feeling for ELP, man. What this guy has gone through, story-wise, and just what he puts in the ring. In the end, however, that knee did him in. Moral compass. That and his moral compass did him in. Walker Stewart said it best. Here we go. Coming up next, folks. Two of the darkest politicians outside of the spectrum of the United States. Okay. It is Jake Lee taking on Evil one-on-one in Block A. Man. So I may have to create a series of videos dedicated to discussing the chaos going on in Washington. But until then, let's just talk wrestling. I'm wearing my Washington Nats shirt. That's more, I'm not even, I like going to some Nats games. But yeah. Besides, Biden dropping out of the election doesn't even happen for me until around the end of the 8th match. Yeah. So 5th match, Jake Lee versus Evil, your boy. Jake Lee's presentation is incredible. By the way, his brooding, ominous entrance theme, I love it. His calm, methodical demeanor, smart bastard, Jake Lee is his nickname. Best nickname ever. As soon as he came on, I just like stood up, like sat up straight. I'm like, okay, here we go. Looking forward to seeing this guy after what he did to Sonata. Okay, this guy's on everybody's radar now. If you're watching New Japan or if you know anything about New Japan, this guy has to be on your radar. This guy is amazing. He reminds me of a even more sinister heel version of Shinsuke Nakamura. Just that brooding, I look like I'm going to kill you type of look. I love it. Look, okay? That is who he reminds me of in terms. But he's got all kinds of differences going on for him that separates him and his character from Shinsuke Nakamura. I love it. So we'll be getting into that. But only one man could compare to this evil, ominous presence, and that's your boy, Evil. Okay? Always love the way camera shakes as the cameraman transitions to a close shot of Evil. He does that every time. I love it. Before even the match begins, Evil and Dick Togo raise their hands for the wolf kiss moment, if you will, as a sign of general respect for their Bullet Club brethren. Yes, Jason Lee is a member of the Bullet Club. Lee looks to reciprocate with wolf kisses to both Evil and Dick. That's right, wolf kisses for Dick Togo. However, tactfully pokes the eyes of both men. Deadly wolf kisses indeed. He then throws Evil out of the ring, goes after Dick, looking to kick Dick, but lets him out, lets him escape. He's nice. Evil, pissed off, runs back in the ring into a kick and a strike to the back. Then the bell rings. Lee sends Evil right back out. Ref approaches Lee to try to hold him back, thinking Lee would run after Evil, but rather than push the ref off of him, okay, like an asshole, he gently takes the ref's hands off of him, then brushes the ref off and even bows to him. Pretty sure the ref might have even bowed back. Then Lee exits the ring, grabs Evil. Dick with a chair, caught, but that gives Evil the opening to, slam Lee against the barricade. He whips Lee to the other side of the barricade, chokes. Evil chokes Lee with the mic. It speaks into it, welcoming him to New Japan, I guess in Japanese, what it sounded like, according to Charlton. Evil is the president after all, guys. He has his own committee, right, in the House of Torture. And we hear of talks of a new Japan world, a new Japan world with all evil matches. Okay, and the best of Dick. Evil back in the ring, chokes Lee with a string. Ref takes it away. Can't control this one at all. Pin attempt by Evil. He continues to attack Lee. Lee back up, strikes, runs the ropes. Tripped by Dick while Evil distracts the ref and then blames the cameraman for tripping Lee. Okay, Evil works the arm, adds kicks to injury. Whip to the corner, fisherman suplex, pin attempt by Evil. Looking good. You get the darkness, scorpion, deathlock applied in the middle of the ring. Onto Lee. Lee makes his way to the ropes for the break. Having a hop on his hands, literally, to get there. I liked that. Okay, a little something new. Evil, rather than continue the attack, foolishly taunts the audience, gets on the turnbuckle, starts messing with them, giving Lee the time to regroup and attack. Whip to the ropes and knee to the midsection. Lee continues to regroup. Knee a little worse for wear, right? Snap, take over, then runs the ropes. Switches to a headlock. Interesting. I liked it. Transitions to the Boston Crab. Nice transition. Dick rings the bell, distracting the ref. Lee, though, plays dumb. They're luring Evil and then sends him right into the ref. But now you got Dick in the ring trying to choke Evil. Trying to choke Jake Lee. Lee fights off Dick. Chokes. Chokes Evil now. Okay. Who pushes Lee off. Ref now fighting with Evil, opening for a back body drop by Lee. Near fall by Lee. Measures Evil for the choke slam, but Evil thumps the eyes of Lee. But Lee does eventually hit that choke slam. And then a very near fall. Lee goes to for the face break shot. Misses it, though. He did not get it. And gets hit with the Dick Sand. That's right. Otherwise known as Dick Powder. Followed by Everything is Evil. And the 1, 2, 3. Evil is still the father of all evil in New Japan. The old guard with the power of the Dick Powder. Between bells, this one was around 11 and a half minutes. But with all the antics prior to the opening bell, this one was more like 13. It's a great match. Great match. I don't care what. I love it. People might not like the antics of Evil and be like, okay, this is stupid. No, this is good stuff. This is wrestling at its best in terms of the ridiculousness. That's the good stuff. Okay, as long as it's done right and it makes you laugh, it's fun. It's good. It's good, and it makes me laugh. Some people don't have that sense of humor. Whatever. Love it. And Jake Lee was great. Okay, it just was great storytelling by two heels who are sneaky as hell. And do whatever it takes to get the job done. Love it. Hiroki Goto versus Yuya Uemura. 6 match, B block. Man, coming off a win against Finlay, the Heat Storm is on fire tonight. Goto looking to pick up his first victory after losing to Jeff Cobb. Bell rings, they do not immediately lock up. Carefully lock hands, shoot by Yuya. Goto breaks away. Goto, the oldest member in the tournament. I don't even know how old he is. He's not that old, but I'll look it up. I mean, at most, is he like 50 perhaps? Like, let's see. I'm gonna break into that right now, doing it right for you, so that we don't forget. Hiroki Goto. Let's see. He's 45. He's not that old. He's like, I think just a little bit younger than, he's like 3 years older than Naito. Still, 45 is not that old. Okay, 45. Now, AJ Styles is like 46 now, right? If I'm not mistaken. Anyways, I'm not gonna go looking up ages now, but it looks good. And bell rings. They do not immediately lock up. Carefully lock hands. Let's see. Now I'm like completely yes. Shoot by Yuya. Okay, he tries to take a shot. Goto breaks away. Goto, we get a waist lock. Yuya counters to an armbar. Goto to the legs. Some chain wrestling. You got head scissors by Yuya, and Goto escapes to the headlock. Yuya breaks out. We get a little applause from the crowd. They like it. They appreciate the chain wrestling. Goto dishes a headlock. Yuya cannot break out, so he whips Goto, who responds with a shoulder tackle, running to the ropes. Leads to a standing drop kick by Yuya. Chops Goto to the corner and continues to chop until Marty, the ref, breaks up the attack. Yuya goes back to it. Goto, though, hair pull slams. And a snapmare takedown and a stop. Goto in control. Whip to the corner, press, get kicks, presses the foot on the head, some elbows, good stuff, dishing out the punishment on Yuya. Whip to the corner, a spinning heel kick followed by a back suplex and pin attempt. He then applies the Boston Crab in the center. Does Goto. Looks spine breaking. Uemura. He makes to the ropes for the break. Goto kicks and elbows Yuya as he lifts him up. Then goes for a gorilla press of sorts, but Yuya breaks away and hits his patented arm drag / drop kick. Okay, good stuff. Patented. Chops Goto in the corner and whip and running chop, followed by a back suplex and pin attempt, almost mirroring the offense of Hiroki Goto. Yuya goes to the top. Goto stops him. Strike, joins him in the middle of the rope. Headbutt by Yuya sends Goto off and leaps over Goto, who runs forward. Yuya hits the ropes, gets caught with a Ushi Goroshi by Goto. Both slow to get up as they exchange strikes, big chops. Yuya surprisingly wins the exchange after Chris Charlton just said that Goto is kind of like always going to win a standoff like this. Okay. Double palm strikes. But Goto with a reverse GTR, huge lariat, bloody axe, the GTW, great variation of the Death Valley driver with a follow-up elbow drop. Love it. It's a near fall. Okay, Goto with a barrage of strikes. Okay, like that word, barrage. Thanks, Charlton, for using that word at that moment. Goto caught and Yuya headbutts Goto straight down. Wrist clutch to a deadbolt. Escape. Insecurity. Goto grabs hold of Yuya, breaks out, goes for a backslide. Only two. Yuya holds on, hits that deadbolt into a bridge. Beautiful, beautiful move. Can't stress this enough. For the pinfall victory at about 12 minutes, 38 seconds. What I clocked it, okay? I replayed that a few times, that finish, by the way. Yuya is now 2-0, this guy. He's looking good. He's looking better than his Just Five Guys leader in Sonata. I mean, I guess you could say they're not all. No, there's no specific leader, but he's kind of the front man. But he's behind Yuya right now. Goto, 0-2. Poor Hiroki Goto. Yuya does not. He does show him some respect to Goto in the end. I like that. Goto, though, he'll have to dig deep to deliver a victory in his third match. Yuya Uemura still on fire. 7th match, A block, Shota Umino versus Shingo Takagi. Talk about someone coming in white hot. Takagi must be feeling just great, defeating the IWGP champion Naito yesterday, night 1, taking on Umino now, who lost to Newman the night before. So, a lot of expectations for Umino at this point. Bell rings, no nonsense lean into this one. This one is a barn burner. Okay, this is a banger of a match. Drop kick from Umino and elbow strikes to Shingo in the corner. Takagi reverse and attacks with headbutts, strikes hip attack in their knee, but Umino fires back. Shingo's still in charge as they make their way to the apron. Waist lock and then a body shots, lower back, then a rotated midair back suplex. Looks sick. Okay, Umino's vertebrae is just put to the test here on that apron edge. Shingo sends Umino to the barricades. Once before getting back in the ring, Umino backing in at 10, and Shingo stands in the back and then kicks Umino a few times, chinlock with his knee pressed into the back, then transitions to holding the arms before Umino gets a rope break. In the corner, Shingo strikes and delivers a picture-perfect suplex, points to the camera, and then hits that senton splash. He is oozing with confidence right now, this Shingo. Camel clutch into a sit-down drop by Shingo. Umino just building some rage, though. Okay, they're shouting at each other. Takagi says, give it up. I mean, it really does look like Takagi's got this in the bag. Strikes by Umino and eventually able to hit the neck breaker. Shota, Umino getting the second wind, if you will. Forearm uppercuts, then whips Shingo to the corner, running attack, fisherman suplex, pin attempt. Looked like he was going for a Uranagi, but Shingo stops all that and then delivers an atomic drop. Tries for a bomber lariat, but Umino, this is great. Counter with a drop toe hold. That's like one of my favorite moves, by the way, if you don't know. Drop toe hold. It's such a simple move, and yet it looks so devastating if done right. Then a jackknife, what they called a jackknife DDT, goes over the top rope to put that oomph on that one, okay? Drop from the top to Shingo in the right, then a half and half suplex or exploder. Near fall again for Umino. Measures Shingo, goes for the lariat. He measures Shingo, who goes for lariat, but Umino just ducks and goes for that tornado DDT. But Takagi snaps suplexes Umino in the corner. Sick. Takagi is now annoyed, okay? Strikes the lower back. A few more strikes in Takagi, and the Takagi DDT panders to the crowd, says it's time, okay? As only he knows how to do it. It's good stuff. Crowd is chanting. He chants, he catches a boot from Umino, goes for a suplex, but Umino reverses and places him on the turnbuckle for an exploder suplex. Still, Shingo gets back up and delivers a running lariat to Umino in the corner. Up top, Shingo hits a brutal superplex. Umino's lower back is reeling. Shingo hits the sliding, pumping bomber near fall. Shingo hits his senton right on the back. Ref begins asking Umino who is, just shit grinning. He's asking him to quit. Umino's just, eating grin. Okay, more strikes from Shingo. Lifts Umino for a torture rack. So appropriate at this point. Umino somehow manages to catch Shingo with a tornado DDT. He measures Shingo for a key in the igniting. Corkscrew neckbreaker. Lifts Shingo, who pushes him in the corner. Insecurity, but then Shingo hits that bomber lariat. It calls for a Made in Japan. No go, says Umino. Takagi hits a back face plant. Then the pumping bike bomber lariat. Then Made in Japan. Come on, there's no 1, 2, 3. I was like, at this point, this is ridiculous. He should have won this match right then and there. I mean, the buildup was just too much going for Shingo. Okay. Shingo kicks him a little and lifts him. Umino fights back to no avail. Massive strikes by Shingo. Backslide from Umino. Then an elevated variation of the Death Rider. Both are down. Elbow strikes from Shingo. Takagi looks at him and he just looks and he's like, what are you doing? And it strikes, okay? No selling the shit out of it. Pumping exploder, pumping lariat, another exploder from Umino. And then the Blaze Blade. Still no go now. Okay, so Umino's got his offense in. Death Rider blocked, though. Big headbutt from Shingo. Death Rider from Umino. You get the 1-2. Out of nowhere, he just pulls that Death Rider out the cookie jar. This one went about 18 minutes and 20 seconds, okay? They left almost everything in the ring. Competitors, these two are amazing, okay? Just would have liked to see a little more selling for Takagi to just get me sold on the finish, okay? Otherwise, it was a great match. Umino gives some respect to Takagi, doing complete bows on his knees. Not sure if Shingo is too cool with it or not, but he walks off. It's now 1-1, as is Umino. Okay, so we get to the 8th match. Man, this is just going by like a breeze. 8th match, A block, Tetsuya Naito versus Zack Sabre Jr. Bell rings. Naito looks wily. He's like Wile Coyote right now. Sabre raises the fist. As if he's part of LIJ. Yeah, give some respect. Just complete disrespect. So Naito reciprocates that disrespect by spitting him right in the face. Sabre strikes with elbows, and Naito almost ends this one quick with a roll-up. Another victory roll. Then we get a atomic drop. Elbow to the drop kick by Naito. It's difficult to take notes on this one. And I'll tell you why, because I just love watching these two. I just want to see them in the ring and enjoy it. Get some popcorn. Throw some popcorn in the mouth, drink some soda, it's just a treat to watch, okay? It's classic. Chin lock applied by Naito, rope break, and then, of course, he gets into that cravat, okay? Picture perfect cravat. Sabre counters with head scissors, but no go. Naito holds on. Snap Merit take down into the twisted top off by Sabre. A cool name for that, where he puts his legs around you and twists. Got to check it out. Only he knows how to. Only he does it. Test of strength by Sabre into the double arms crossed into a British surfboard rope break. Thing of beauty to see Sabre transition to these moves. Cravat by Sabre. He wants to show off his abilities with the cravat. Runs to the corner, misses Naito, and pays for it. Backbreaker variation from using the top ropes, does Naito. Arm drags, drop kick from the Naito, then the neck breaker. He held on to the neck for a while, too. Just holds him there and then drops him. Ravishing Rick's root side. Rude awakening style. Okay. Pin attempt. Sabre rolls out of the ring. Sabre catches Naito into an octopus using the ropes. All right, I like that. Outside forearm uppercuts. Get a spit from Naito. Sabre strikes some more, but whip reverse the barricades and a hangman neck breaker off the ring edge to the floor. Both down as red shoes count. So, man, that Naito is vicious. Okay, when he wants to be, that especially with that hangman neck breaker. At one point, Kosei Fujita comes in to help. He just goes to Sabre's aid. I think he like popped his arm back in is what they made it look like. It's great. You don't see that often where like someone who's with the guy doesn't cheat, but rather just kind of like helps him with something for real. You don't see that often anymore. And then I'm not like talking about just like emotional support. I'm talking about literally like sports trainer support. Man. So let me see where I'm at now. I got caught up with the Kosei Fujita. Jeez, I'm losing my mind here. But kind of wish he was in this one, in this bet. So back in the ring, Naito focuses on the neck while holding the arm, elbows to the neck. He goes to the mid turnbuckle and hits Esperanza. Spikes the head of Sabre. Sabre, though, kind of like playing possum, ducks Naito and applies a sleeper. Okay, his arm's still hurting, though, but he's still in good spirits as he stretches out Naito. We get a rope break. Kicks from Sabre. One caught by Naito, so an uppercut. Sabre also blocks the Tornado DDT and punt kicks the champ. Naito, though, counters Sabre with a Destino. Both are down. At this point, I get a YouTube notification of Joe Cronin streaming about Joe Biden dropping out of the election. Thank you, Joe Cronin, seriously, for live streaming on the topic so the rest of us don't have to. Okay, I took a 5-minute break to watch that, dropping a much-needed deuce. Yes, I'm taking a number 2 while learning that the vice president will most likely be dropping her name into the election hat, so to speak. Thought that was funny. Okay, nothing more. No, I won't be, preaching political views right now. Okay. Just think it'll be, thought it was funny. Just think it'll be interesting to see how she debates against Trump. Until then, I remain reserved on the matter for now. Okay, let's just see how these two, butt heads. Okay, it'll be fine. Until then, I remain reserved. Try to, again, clearly, the DC's in a state of calamity. Okay, Washington and the United States is in a state of calamity. So obviously, don't take it lightly. But at the same time, remain calm. Observe, research, learn, do your best to kind of get a solid, objective claim and move forward. Please move forward. Yes, we'll do that. That's all I can say. It has to be said at this point because someone will take what you say and spin it and get mad at you. We're here to do wrestling, okay? So I could still speak my mind, okay? Get over it. Back to the match. Slow to get up. Sabre delivers a Zack driver out of nowhere. He lets Naito rise up, strikes exchange, the elbows to the neck of Sabre, eventually takes him down. Naito goes for Destino. Sabre counters to a roll up into a bridge, almost 3. Both back up quick, attempt to attack, but Sabre back to the bridge for the victory. Sabre takes the title. He doesn't officially take the title, just really grabs the title, puts it on his shoulders, goes to the top of the arena for the crowd to feast their eyes on the future champion. Charlton chanting, "It's coming home," to show where his opinion clearly lies. Okay, he's, his brethren of England, his British brethren. Sabre tosses the title. He gives it back to Naito. This one just went over about 16 minutes. Did what it needed to do. Naito looked good, as did Sabre. They both looked really good. It actually appeared that Naito had Sabre's number in this match. But Sabre can always turn it around. This guy is amazing. Okay. Naito's hurting at the beginning of G1. 0-2. This is not common for Naito. Naito is used to losing it 1, 2, or even 3 times before he turns things around and wins the damn thing. He's amazing. Okay, while Sabre is looking like he's on top of the world right now at 2-0. Things can change. A lot of people, though, are, I've looked on Twitter, I looked on things that are being said about Sabre, on YouTube. A lot of people are pushing for Sabre to win this one. And I can't deny it. I can't blame him. And I do think that if he won, it would be pretty awesome. I just don't think that's what's going to happen. I've been wrong. I like being wrong. I'd like to see Sanada win this one, just because, stick to your guns. You want this guy to win. I think New Japan, they want him to be a figurehead, a key player at this point, kind of like their next Okada. I like that. I'm okay with that. But however, Sabre, he's getting big, and who knows? Maybe Sanada will win the title back before Wrestle Kingdom, and we'll see Sanada versus Zack Sabre for the title, and Sabre does not win. Because he is claiming, if I lose this G1, I will see it as a complete failure. I'll see my career as a failure at this point. This will be a failure. Even if I win next year's G1, I'll still look back and be like, nope, last year's was hilarious stuff. What I believe Charlton or Walker Stewart, one of them was saying. It's great. It's kind of silly. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, but that's the point. It's Sabre. He's pissed. He's a perfectionist to the point of ridiculousness. Good stuff. Very happy with that match. Every single match was fun. Okay, I'm not one of these people that's going to be like, every match is always a good match. No. Okay, because there are certain things that I will bash and sometimes I won't even watch the damn thing because I know how bad it is, and I will just zone out, fast forward, and get over it because that's what you do. Okay, and then you can still talk bad about it, and that's great, but it's going to suck, so get past it. That's why I love New Japan, because I know how great it is. This is why I'm passionate about this promotion, because it is, in fact, excellent, okay? And a lot they can do moving forward. 9th match, B block, final match, Yota Tsuji versus David Finlay, the Rebel Savior, okay? Both are 0-1 going into this one. They cannot afford another loss. Finlay growing the beard out just a little bit more. Now he's got his natural hair color. Now I'm starting to think, okay, this guy's cool. This guy's looking pretty cool again. Okay, yeah, Yota, if you're ready to get capped, I think it was. They called him a little bitch. That part was very clear. Bell rings. They have a little stare down. Yota chants permeate throughout the arena. They lock up, soon grab each other's chair. Clean break against the rope. Irish whip leading to a hurricane by Yota, sending Finlay out of the ring, followed by a tope suicida. He's charged soon after, sends Finlay to the barricade a couple times. Back in the ring, he catches the kick, sweeps Finlay, transitions to a Boston Crab. Quick rope break. Finlay kicks the lower legs of Tsuji, but Yota pounds on the back of Finlay. Big forearm uppercut from Finlay. A chop and then a sharp chop from Tsuji. Disrespect with the spit from Finlay. Yota hits a massive splash, then pounds Finlay. Misses the next splash, and Finlay begins his assault on Yota. Big backbreaker on Yota. Pin attempt. Some cursing from the leader of the Bullet Club. Not as much, though, as your boy Gabe Kidd, as a pissed off one. Okay? Pissed off guy cursing Gabe Kidd. Not as much as that. But we get a hard Irish whip to the corner. 4 generations of savagery and professional wrestling, says Chris Charlton. I like that. More chops and begins to bark like a junkyard dog. Splash and tossing suplex. Flexes, okay? Very show-off pin attempt. Continues his punishment. Just grinding in the elbow right on the, face of Yota. We get an exploder attempt blocked. A couple knees to Yota, who then gets the space needed to get the tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Looking good. Big body slam and a splash. Pin attempt only 2. Double knee gut buster to Finlay. Yota regroups and continues to attack with knees to Finlay in the corner. Finlay back to striking with the elbows. Then exchange leading to a splash. Missed, but Yota turns it into the head scissors. Face plant followed by the stomp using the corner up for leverage. Tsuji goes up to the top and almost thrown off. Finlay slams his head on the metal turnbuckle and then drop kicks Yota to the floor. He's tossed to the barricade. Finlay lifts Yota up overhead and long darts Yota into a corner. Says, "Give me some to Jado." Okay? Gives him a little wolf kiss. Goes to Tanahashi, who says, "No." No. So what does Finlay do? He just spits on him. Hawks a one on him, okay? It's not good. Guys stay committed to the work, let me tell you, okay? Yota back in at 19 seconds. Right into the Dominator. We get a near fall. Frustration sets in on the face of Finlay, but he remains cool. So it's going to be okay. He's going to give him 10 power bombs, says Finlay. Goes for a suplex, but cannot get him up. Yota tries to reverse, and so he does. Ribs in pain, says Finlay. He said, "My ribs." Tsuji catches him with the GTR into a stomp. Okay, textbook is vintage Tsuji. And another before a pin attempt. All right. Big forearm to Finlay. Two stomps, but that won't be the last. Big forearm to Finlay. Get Marlowe crash. It missed. Not the kick. Get a Falcon Arrow perfectly delivered by Tsuji. Spear countered into oblivion. Near fall. I thought that would be it. Great counter, though, by Finlay. Got a power bomb by Finlay, blocked, though, and countered. Not the second attempt, though. And another to the corner. He does it, hits it. Another on the mat. Okay. Finlay's just so he's hit him with 3 power bombs back to back to back. Signals for the end, does Finlay, but Yota. 4 power bombs. Another to the corner. No, wait. 3. Sorry, because the first one he gets countered. Signal for the end, does Finlay, but Yota counters to a roll-up. Only 2. We get a lariat from Finlay. Again, counters, strikes between the two. Gets some strikes from Finlay. A headbutt, though, from Yota. Is that spear. He hits that spear, devastating. Then hits that Marlowe crash, pinfall victory. So this one, just over 20 minutes. Okay, longest match of the night, I would say. And very much well delivered. Finlay flicks off Yota on his way out the door, on his way out of the ring, rolls out. Yota on the mic addresses Finlay. He says, "You blew it for one reason or another. Remember, I still owe you one." Okay. New Japan fans, toughest of all summers is upon us. Tell me about it, Yota Tsuji. Tell me about it. We're in for some heat. Okay. Figuratively and literally. What I'm aiming for, he says, is just one thing. And that is the trophy, to be the first ever in history to reign over the spring and summer. I think he's referring to the, what's it called? The tournament, the one essentially for the heavyweights that's in the spring. Might be a lot of talk that he won. Might be a lot of talk about changing of the guard. I don't care. I'm here to be the guy. It's not Naito nor Takagi. It's Yota Tsuji. Okay, these are both his LIJ boys. Okay, his partners in crime in the LIJ. It's difficult though to go undefeated in G1. Okay, this is backstage. He talks about his loss yesterday and his win today. Cannot lose any more matches. I cannot lose a single match, he says. Okay. Next though is ELP, who apparently might feel lonely, but you have Jado next to you, and there are people clearly at your side. So I want you. He's saying I want you emotionally stable. Okay, he's trying to convince him to be cool, be happy, because I want you to be happy because I want you best. I want you at your best mentally. In the meantime, I have my own friend coming to New Japan, so he clues in on a special, a special kind of guest, maybe a guest or a new member of the New Japan, someone that he knows, someone he's worked with, maybe someone from CMLL, maybe someone from AAA, maybe someone from Mexico. Who knows? Maybe someone from New Noah or DDT. I don't even know. Someone in the know probably has a good idea, and can let me in on it. Okay, that is your night 2. Okay, what a night it has been, man. It was great. It was great. Let me tell you. We just hit over an hour right now. It's been fun. It's been a great time, and I just look forward to continue to cover this G1 Classic. Climax. It is rolling, And I have to say, the last two matches were probably my favorites. They're easily contenders for the best matches of the night. As was Evil versus Jake Lee. I just love it. So much fun. I thought the match between Goto and Yuya went the distance, 18 minutes in terms of like in comparison to the other matches. It's probably the second longest match, if I'm not mistaken. Great match. Got Hanare versus Ole, two brutes went at it. Okay, and again, great stuff. Sonata versus Newman may not have been, probably not the best match, but did everything it needed to do. And it was fun to watch. And I enjoyed it. So that's all that matters. And man, ELP versus Narita. Okay, this is a good one. This one has a lot of psychology, a lot of good selling, a lot of good selling points to make this for the claim, make this to be the claim for the best match. It was great. It was good stuff. The pacing of these matches, the pacing of the matches within the card, perfect. I can't stress this enough. I spent a lot of time writing notes, my notes and my script for this review, so I can give it to you as best as I can. And I had a lot of funny bone in my mind. I mean, and of course, the stuff going on with the political atmosphere, climate going on right now. It's just maybe we need a little bit of humor, a little bit of lightheartedness to take down a little of that anxiety. Okay, and I won't be doing a review tomorrow because nothing's happening tomorrow. The next card, the next show will be on the 23rd. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that up. All right, we're gonna get right into it and talk about night third. Held on July 23rd. That will be that's 2 days from now. It's not tomorrow. It's going to be the next night. This will be Tuesday night. It takes place in the Hiroshima Sun Plaza, and of course Hiroshima. So the first three matches. So I'm going to get a break. Meaning, one of my points here is that I'm not going to have to take a little break, do some good cleaning, some thorough cleaning in the house, much needed before the rest of our furniture arrives. We still got that going on. And we'll be setting up shop. And then we've got night 3. Starting off with 3 matches. One being a 6-man tag match, the other 2 being tag matches between LIJ versus Girls of Destiny, but ELP and Jado, not Hikuleo. Something might happen. Maybe Hikuleo will make an appearance. United Empire with Inari and Francesco Akira. That's an interesting combination. Okay, one of the lightweights with Inari versus Bullet Club War Dogs. David Finlay, Gato. Definitely see Hinari and Francesco beat the crap out of Finlay and Gato, leading up to the match between Finlay and Hinari. I believe that's why they're doing this. I do see Finlay, though, winning on night 4, which we'll talk about as well, because not everybody will be competing on this card. It's going to be split up. We're only getting about 6. We're getting 6 matches, and only one from the B block, and the rest are all A block. Okay, so Goto, by the way, will be taking on Goto with Tomoaki Honma versus Toriano and Boleg. Bolton Boleg. Clearly, Oleg Bolton. Why did they say Bolton Oleg? Clearly, because Goto and Oleg will have a match. That should be interesting as well. But let's talk the actual singles matches, the actual G1 climax here. Konosuke Takeshita will be competing against Jeff Cobb. Both did not compete tonight. Man, I could see Takeshita winning. Both of these two they're both 1-0, and I don't see them losing much. Kind of want to give it to Jeff Cobb, but I got a sinking feeling Takeshita will win. So I guess I'll go with him. Sabre versus Newman. It would be crazy to see Newman win. Maybe just like out finesse Sabre, outspeed him, but more than likely, I gotta give it to Sabre. Okay, Takagi versus Great Khan. Khan needs a win. I'd like to see Takagi. It makes sense for Takagi to win, get bounce back off that loss to Uemura, but I gotta see. I gotta think that it's gonna be Takagi. I gotta think that Khan's gonna win this one. Yeah. Let me see. Let me make sure. I still like to look back and make sure I'm thinking of the matches for today, because we get into man, it was Umino, not good. Shingo versus Umino. Should before that, it was Uemura versus Goto. And then you got Umino versus Gabe Kidd. And yeah, Kidd's pissed. I can see Umino. I guess I could see Kidd winning this one. He's got to be pissed off right now. But he's got one win. So yeah, and Umino's got the win. So it's kind of like to see what's going to happen. Gotta give it to the Kid. He's on a mean streak right now, as if he's never on a mean streak, right? As if he's not always on a mean streak. Sonata versus Evil, your boy. This is the rematch. I can't wait to see this one. I think Sonata's going to win. I think he's got his number now. He's after all they've been through, Sonata now knows how to deal with Evil. So that will go with Sonata. Excuse me for hitting this table. Tetsuya Naito versus Jake Lee. Oh my god, this is the main event too. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I feel like Jake Lee is going to win this one. I mean, he's so vicious, but Naito. Here's the thing: Naito doesn't need to win the G1. Okay, at least right now, he should. I'm saying he wants to, and it's obviously a benefit. It basically guarantees him as the guy going into to Wrestle Kingdom. Okay, and he essentially gets to pick his opponent for Wrestle Kingdom if he wins. It's big advantage. But he does not need to win this to be in the main event. Jake Lee, on the other hand, needs this win after coming off the loss from Evil. So I really feel like it's going to be Jake Lee. I have a feeling. Obviously, I'm not going to complain. Whoever wins, I'm just so looking forward to this match. Then we move forward. We're going to talk a little bit about Night 4 because that's where we're going. And you've got the Just Five guys versus Toru Yano and Murashima. Just Five guys with Sonata and Taka Michinoku. Good to see Taka back in the ring. You got a 6-man tag match with Kato, Shoma Kato, Tomoaki Honma, and Shota Umino versus the United Empire, Francesco Akira, Cal and Newman. They're usually no. Akira doesn't usually team with Newman. I think so. He usually teams with TJP. Great Khan. Yes, should be fun. Then you got TMDK, Mighty O'Neil, Kosei Fujita, and Zack Sabre versus Bullet Club War Dogs, Gabe Kidd, and Jake Lee. Man, what a combination. I'm going to be looking forward to this. I may not do thorough reviews of these tag matches, both nights 3 and nights 4, but I'm still going to watch them and enjoy and still talk about them a little bit. LIJ, Los Ingobernables de Japón versus House of Torture. So we got Naito and Shingo Takagi versus Dick Togo and Evil. Okay. This is nuts. You never know with Evil. You never know with House of Torture. They may cheat the hell out of this thing to win, but most likely, usually when Togo and Evil are pairing, they lose. Okay. And wouldn't make much sense in a fair match for Dick and Evil, for Evil Dick to win and beat Naito and Takagi. No. But let's talk Goto versus Boltin Oleg. Man, after Bolton's lost to Inari, I almost feel like he's got to get a win back. Goto obviously needs to got to win at some point, but I don't know. He might go 0-3. It's happens all the time. It's G1. Jeff Cobb versus Ren Narita. I'm giving it to Jeff Cobb. Jeff Cobb's going to go 2 in a row. He's gotten a little bit of a break, so he's going to go back to back. As well, at least not back to back, day to day. This will be on the July 25th, which will be on a Thursday, taking place at Sunmese Kagawa in Kagawa. I always mess that up. Kagawa, yes. Cobb's going to win. That's my guess. Or that's my prediction. ELP versus Yota Tsuji. Man, ELP needs a win. He needs a win. Tsuji came off. Big win. He needs a win. ELP needs a win. Hanari versus David Finlay. Again, Finlay needs a win. Okay, so I can see Hanari the night, 2 nights before winning in the tag match, but Hanari can take a loss at this point. Give it to David Finlay. And Yuya Uemura, okay, guy who, guy who beat Hiroki Goto, which is a 18-minute match. Now taking the main event scene of this night, going up against Konosuke Takeshita. Yeah. This night for me is a lot more easily predictable because of what's been going on and what we're talking about here. Takeshita's going to win. Okay. Unless he wins the next match, I might be a little bit more hesitant. The previous match on night 3, Takeshi's going to win. All right. And that's all there is to it. So that is your predictions for those nights. I'll get into nights 5 and night 6 at some point later. But at this point, they're starting to get into more of the breakdown, with just tag matches and the singles matches, just kind of maybe down to 6 matches, 5 matches, or if you will. Yes, night 7. By the time we get to night 7, there's only 5 matches of G1 singles matches. And we start to get into more and more the tournament, the bracket style of fighting of the matches, and that'll be going on definitely nights 19, 18, and I want to say at least 17. Yeah, makes sense. So, guys, it's been great. It's great. I gotta go to sleep. I like to zone out a little bit before I pass out, but it's been great. It's been a great review. I want to thank you all for joining, taking a look, viewing. Please be sure to hit that like or subscribe button and join me at ChannelCortez33, and you can also get me on Twitter and Instagram. All right. On that note, y'all have a great night. Enjoy your Mondays. Try to enjoy your week, because last week was a hell of a ride. An assassination attempt to a president dropping out. Lots going on. Okay, so let's try to, get a little tranquilo, as Tetsuya Naito would say. All right. Have a great night. Take care. Best of luck, and see you on Tuesday. Take care.